friends, and welcome back to another video. So today's video is my Q2 TBR. Now, this is what I feel like I want to read currently. There are some other books coming out in April and May that I might read as soon as I get them. But who knows? I might not be in the mood for those, so I'm not adding them to my TBR for Q2 right now. These are the ones that I really want to get to or continue on in the series. So without further ado, let's get started with April. Now, in April, I want to read Throne of Secrets, which is the second book in Carrie Maniscalco's, I guess you could say Throne of the Fallen series. So she's got 3 of these out. Each one follows a different Prince of Hell. This one follows Prince Gluttony. And this is about him and the reporter. He's got like a rivalry going on with the reporter. He's not very happy with the reporter. But this is a romantasy, so I'm like, obviously those two are going to get together at some point, but I am excited to read about how that happens and like the adventure that they go on. So yes, I'm currently reading The Throne of the Fallen, which follows Prince Envy. So then the next one I will read is The Throne of Secrets, which follows Prince Gluttony. Then guys, I'm finally going to read Alchemized by Sinlin Yu. I have heard absolutely phenomenal things about this. My sister-in-law told me her friend read it and said that this gives Harry Potter vibes just because this is a dark academia. I can't remember if this has a romance in it. I think it does, but I'm not sure how major of a plot point it is, but I love dark academia books, and I have been putting this off. I'm not sure why, but I am super excited to finally read this. Yes, this will be read in April. Then I'm also going to read R.F. Kuang's new one that came out last year called Catabasis. Basically, this one is just 2 college students that need their professor to, I think it's write them a letter of recommendation or something, but their professor ends up in hell. And so these 2 students travel in hell to get this letter of recommendation from their professor. So I feel like this is going to be a really good time. But I mean, I love everything that R.F. Kuang has written. My favorite series by her is The Poppy War, but she's written standalones since then, and Babel was fantastic. Yellowface was a literary fiction and it was fantastic. So this is getting her back into the realm of fantasy. So I am excited to get to this. Now on to the month of May. So May, I plan on finishing the Carrie Maniscalco series of The Wicked with Throne of Nightmares, and this follows Prince Sloth. And basically, it's Prince Sloth, a librarian, and they have to figure out their way through this book of nightmares. So it's going to be all about books and stories, and of course there's going to be love in it. So I am very excited to get to this in May. Then I am currently reading The Will of the Many. I am then going to move on to The Strength of the Few by James Islington. I can't remember if he said the 3rd one is coming out later this year or early 2027. But so far I am like super enjoying The Will of the Many. So I just want to continue in this world and be ready for when the third one comes out. Masterpiece, absolutely masterpiece. James Islington, fantastic world that he's created, a very interesting magic system he's created. I still quite don't understand it, but I'm not super far into the book yet, so we'll see. But I really like it. This is a Roman-inspired fantasy setting, and basically, like, just as it says, it's Hierarchy Book 2, which is this. So really intrigued to see, after I finish The Will of the Many, what will happen in The Strength of the Few. Then I'm going to read Half City by Kate Golden. This is, I guess you could say, kind of like dark academia a little bit, but it's got school, it's got demon hunting, which also, the demon hunting reminds me of the Shadow Hunters, and I love the Shadow Hunters, one of my absolute favorite series of all time. But yeah, need something a little bit lighthearted, not as long, because I've got a lot of long books that I am reading. So wanted to get to something that will kind of like cleanse my palate, basically. So excited to read this in May. Then in June, we're going to be starting a new epic fantasy series. And that is The Shadow of the Gods by John Gwynne. He has a new one coming out this year, I believe. And I haven't read anything by John Gwynne, and I really need to. So this is going to be my first series by him. I am very excited. I've heard fantastic things about it. So I plan to read book 1 and book 2, which is The Hunger of the Gods. So June is going to be a very big reading month for me, to be quite fair. But yes, 2 big installments in John Gwynne's book series. And I mean, if I do really well, maybe I'll get to the third one. But I do have 2 other books in June to get to. So, yes, but excited to start this. Now, the other 2 books are romanticises. I wanted a couple shorter books to read just because I have 2 big epic fantasies that I'm reading in June, so wanted to get to something that I could just flip through. And so the first one is Spellcaster by Jamin Eve. This one is just, it's super cute. I love the cover. Basically, it says, to fight a monster, she'll need a monster. I haven't read the synopsis of this in a while, so I'll read it for you guys. But yeah, I'm excited to read this. So let me read you the synopsis. When my magic bloomed at 22, the last thing I expected was to receive an acceptance letter to the most prestigious witch college in the world. It's not that I don't have magic, it's just unpredictable. But with Weatherstone a part of my family legacy, I'm determined to live up to their expectations. A task that's almost derailed on my very first day when I come face to face with Logan Kingston, the son of my father's enemy. I'm warned to avoid the powerful spellcaster at all costs, but apparently Logan did not receive the same memo. The more time I spend around him, the more I crave his unsettling attention, and as hate flirts with obsession, I'm left wondering if there's another side to the decades-old feud between our fathers. On top of that, Weatherstone is not at all like I expected. Built on the ancient blood of necromancers in battle, the magic here is as unpredictable as mine, and I sense a dark energy stalking my footsteps. When a monster attacks me, I have no choice but to turn to the strongest warlock in our school, Logan. After all, to fight a monster, I'll need a monster. So, I think this is going to be really good. Plus, it's short. It's only 324 pages. So I think I can get through this very quickly. Then the second book of this series is coming out this year, and I do already have it pre-ordered. So I am going to be reading The Night and the Moth by Rachel Gillig. This will be my first series by her. I believe she is the writer of One Dark Window, and I have yet to read that. I have it on my shelf, that series, but this one is also a short one, so I wanted to just read something where I can get it done in like a few days, as long as I read 100 plus pages a day. But this is just under 400 pages. So not as short as the other one, but still a lot shorter than really a lot of the books that I have been reading. So wanted to just get something short. But very excited to read this. This is, it's got, I believe, obviously a knight, and the FMC, I believe, sees prophecies. So I'm very intrigued, and I've heard it's fantastic, so looking forward to reading this. Well, there you have it, friends. That is my TBR for Q2. Not saying that it won't change, but right now that is where we're at and what I want to read. So I'll keep you updated. Obviously, I'll have my reviews and other things, but let me know what your Q2 TBR is, or just some of the books that are on your TBR right now. I would absolutely love to know. And don't forget, like, subscribe, and be good people.
When you feel it's hopeless, when you think that you lost, oh, I will take you